How are you guys? Welcome back to Wargaming China, my free channel, where I platform my understandings of the War of Resistance against Japanese aggression in China from 1931 to 1945. Now, I don't have a production standards or schedules, so if you don't want to miss anything I do, you should subscribe. We're back at Yangquan today, and we're gonna just today's a quick video about some of the amendments I've done for this army, because this army, the Chinese 22nd Army Group, is a two-gun army, and an army that's on the opium pipe. We need to make amendments for modifications to the existing rules. And of course, these are the kind of things that normal rapid fire, and I play rapid fire too, doesn't address. In fact, most wargaming rules don't address them. So the 22nd Army Group, I've put a regiment on the table. I have no idea. I have only very vague idea of the dispositions of Sun Zheng's forces for the defense of Yangquan, because the battle it's a forgotten battle. And not many of their survivors, well, not many of the soldiers on the Chinese side could read or write, and there was not many accounts of the battle that I could find at all. Well, I couldn't find any, really, so I had to look at the maps and the history and try to get a game together as accurate as I could. Now, we've got the one regiment of Chinese, and they're facing two battalions of the Japanese North China Area Army, and the Japanese have started with some fire support on the table, and they'll be attacking the town from let me just get my pointer. So there'll be an infantry attack going in from there to the town, and there'll be a lorried infantry attack going to the town gates. The gates can be blown, but Chinese explosives and fuses are very of questionable quality, so there'll be a dice will decide whether the bridge has been blown successfully. For issues like how the opium affects the army, well, this week, in the last couple of weeks, I've talked to a forensic psychologist, a drug rehabilitation nurse, and two people who have had their life affected by heroin. I couldn't find anybody who had their life affected by opium. But surprisingly, they all agreed on certain things. That when the army, an army that had a fondness for opium would certainly be able to attack, but it would probably have more confidence than purpose. In other words, it could be aggressive and be confident in its steps, but those steps would probably be taken more slower because they are affected by drugs. As far as effects of artillery and gas and air bombardment, well, all the advisors agreed that they would make them very stoic, and they would be able to endure it. And as far as how this army is bonded and how it did fight, all agreed, all the four people that I agreed, that if this army was truly scorned, that itself would have united the army and made it fight. Because I'm reminded of Millwall Football Club, and their motto of their fans, no one likes us, we don't care. And Millwall football supporters certainly put up a fight, and so did Sun Zheng's 22nd Army Group. So the factors of scorn and drugs, they are going to be factors that play into this battle. But as far as this army is united because it held in scorn and contempt, and that seems to have melded it into a cohesive and fighting unit. Now, I'll be playing with the 22nd Army Group as militia. Because of the effects on marksmanship, they won't be firing at anything over medium range. And as far as fire support goes, I've given them the 3 battalions. I've given them 2 machine guns, one 13.2mm auto cannon, and 1 mortar, and a 75mm Krupp gun. And I decided to put the gun far enough away that it could still affect the fight, but still be taken off the table fairly quickly. Because remember, this army of 4 divisions only has 475mm guns as its support, as its fire support. It's a very poor army, and holding Yangquan, it's really going to test it. But as I said, it's going to test the modifications they're going to use. Because remember, we're going to follow this army through its battles at Taiyuan, and we will see that the 22nd Army Group did not like a fight, even though it's a 2-gun army. It's addicted to opium. I don't mean all of its men are, but a good majority. But its officers seem to be mainly graduates of the Sichuan Military Academy. And although that's not a famous military academy, it did at least produce competent officers. And some of its officers would later go on to be legends. So let's not dismiss how Sung Jian gets the best he can from the army that he has. Now, the Japanese will be attacking a truck-borne column up the road, and infantry attack straight across there. The truck-borne column will start at turn 3. And the objective is to take the town within 10 turns. For observation, I've already rolled observation. Now, as you can see, these troops are not on the wall; they're behind the wall, which makes them hidden for observation purposes. I will start the games today, very soon. I just wanted you to give you a heads up and show you the figures I'm using. 2 battalions to come on to be put on the table. I'll get them on the table today. I'll play this game today, and I'll do an after action report sometime later in the week. That's it. I think for me, that's all I need to say on here. As I said, the modifications and amendments I'm going to use, I'll be trialing them, and I'll go into them further in future episodes. But this game today is an experiment. And although, as I've said, I'm a little bit more unsure, as I usually am, about how the defences and dispositions of the defences were set up, I'm at least going to have a decent game and a fun game for a Sunday. Hope you are too. As I said, you never know when I'm going to do an episode, so you should subscribe. I do hope you hit like. And thanks for watching. See ya.